Hey everybody, what's up? This is Cam with Danomics. So I've got something super exciting to share with you today, which is a new integration between Danomics and Claude. Uh, so I'm going to show you today how we can work in Danomics with an LLM. So right now this is only enabled for Claude, but we're going to be expanding this out to other LLMs on request and as it matures. So let's take a look at what we've got going on here. I'm just using a split view here in Chrome where I've got Danomics on the left and I've got Claude here on the right. So I'm going to start off with something simple, which is making a new petrophysical interpretation. So you can see over here, I have the my Powder River Basin folder, and it's got some various files in there. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell Claude to look at my Danomics account, and I'm telling it that in there's a folder named PRB that has headers, tops, and logs, and I'm asking it to make me a CPI file. And I'm going to send that message up, and what it's going to do is it's going to, you know, go through kind of its thought chain, and it is going to then make that petrophysical interpretation file for me. Now, of course, this is something that I could do myself, right? It'd be no problem for me to go over there, right-click on the folder, say make a new CPI, and add those files to it. But what I'm thinking about here is, hey, this is a task that that's kind of the first step. And what I would really do is I would go through and maybe I would give it a very long prompt that has several steps in there. So it goes and does all this for me while I'm doing something else. So we're going to start off small, and then we're going to expand onto this really for example purposes, as opposed to having one long step. We're going to break this into a few smaller steps. All right, so we can see that Claude is doing its thing. It's saying, "Hey, I'll help you do this. I found the PRB data. Let me understand the CPI file." And it says, "Great. I've located this," and it's coming back and it's asking a question. It says, "Hey, I found Powder River Basin in a couple of folders. Which one should I make it in?" And I'm going to say, "Hey, yeah, let's make it in this particular folder." And it said, how should the CPI, be set up? And I said, all right, let's just make a blank one with the well headers, the logs, and the tops. And now that I've, answered those clarifying questions, once again, Claude is off to the races and doing its thing here. And now it tells me it's creating the files. And it's now getting ready to attach the databases to these. Um, and so it should just be a few more seconds now, and then we will have this CPI file available for us. Okay, and now Claude has said, yep, it's written the document, it's bound to those, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to come over here, and I'm just going to hit the little refresh icon here, and I'm going to open this new file up, and I can see it is calling my databases. And so I'm going to come here and look on the map. Yep, there's my wells, and if I click on a well, there we go. Now we've got our well logs showing up here. So this is what I think is one of the first true examples of a subsurface software being fully integrated with an external LLM. If this is something that you would like to check out, hit us up at sales@danomics.com. Happy interpreting, everybody.